What's up, everybody? You know, in the last video, I kind of gave an example of something that Adrian the Hybrid off Divinard said. Now, he entitled a journal he did called Sigh, I'm Sick of This. And this is what he means. It's basically how he begins his journal. This is Aaron the Hybrid, or Iyzeekiil, 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 if you will, Iyzeekiil. And this is what he says. This is what he says, which is by the name Aaron the Hybrid. And he quotes, as he starts it off, Sigh, I'm sick of this. And again, this is how he continues. Sigh, I'm sick of this. The comic is still going. The same problems being repeated over and over. My childhood and modern day sensibilities is still being teabagged. It's been a year since the faithful issue. It's been a year since that faithful issue, and we still have 10 more to go. I feel like crying, guys. Not since Sonic 2006 have I had to deal with such stress-inducing vomit, chunking, disgusting, witting, and execution, or whatever. I mean, writing, I think that's what I'm going to say, writing, and execution. The worst part is, it won't leave me alone. And I know some people might have something to say about that, I guarantee it. A full year ago, okay, and this is what he gives about it being a year. A full year ago, today, I had 5 main comic books I used to read. Uncle Scrooge, Donald Duck, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and Mega Man. Now here's the line I used in the previous video. I stopped reading Sonic comics when Mecha Sally came up. Then it stopped. Uncle Scrooge and all other Disney comics were stopped all at once. Basically when Boom Studios, I guess, ended the deal or something. I remember crying my heart out. Darkwing Duck was an amazing comic book. It even helped me learn how to draw he forgot to put a T in here. For most of its, he was going to put O instead of T. Well, I don't know what he was doing. For most of my drawings on this website, it even helped me learn how to draw for most of my drawings on this website. And when it was announced that it was the last issue, I cried my heart out. These comics were unique, so unique that it took up its own general. After they were done, I begged my comic shop to suggest to me a series that was similar to Darkwing Duck and Uncle Scrooge. They suggested Sonic comics. That was the moment where I wanted to slap him or cry in my mom's arms. So I discovered the club for the antis, and I just poured my feelings out. Now since then, I've gotten a lot of rap for it. I go to TSSZ, and I see billions of updates for Sonic comics. I go to School Tech, and they constantly reference SatAM in the comics when discussing Sonic. I go to the library, Sonic comics. I go to Barnes & Noble. Sonic comics are there too. I go to Toys R Us. There. I go to pick up any new Ninja Turtles comic. Sonic comics are promoted. These comics are everywhere. He puts that last line in capitals. Also, I can't help but check to make sure they don't do anything else to my childhood hero, which they always do. It has just filled my mind and will not go away. Like AVGN, I'm surrounded by shit. Alright. So much to talk about, and it just hurts me every time I do. Because I feel like I'm going freaking insane here. You know how this comic has affected me? I hate any reference to Satya. And again, I know some people will have the say on that. I can't stand it anymore. It just hurts how much a well-written, short-lived TV show's legacy is being kept alive like this. And again, there will be people that say something about that too. So you will never see a swap bot in any of my pictures. It is so bad it's so bad it overall raped my childhood like sensibility. Yes, Sonic was a dick sometimes, and this is what he puts in capitals. But he wasn't a heartless, precocious, idiotic asshole. It's so bad I've grown to hate every character in the comic. Yes, all 59 of them that they want us to focus on. The comic is, capitalized, ruining my life. And I can no longer stand for it. I'm going insane. And all I can say is, and he puts this in capitals, help! Now, again, I know some people might have their own counter to that, if you will. And, it's quite, understandable how Aaron Iyzeekiil, if you will, feels about what's going on. I mean, yes, he kind of goes a little overboard here. I will say that. I mean, you don't necessarily say it's driving you insane. It's just mainly, it goes back to my message that I gave Iyzeekiil 300, When you're a fan of something like Satya, and you expect maybe the comic to somewhat be an expansion of that, even with the addition of game characters, then you expect it to kind of stay true to what it was. You don't expect someone like, let's say, Ian Flynn, with all due respect, in the eyes of people like this, to take the comic and shit on it. Now, I'm not saying Ian's doing that. Ian's doing a decent job. I'll give him that. But in the eyes of people like this, they feel he's shitting on it. He's not staying true. So, again, this is just one person's opinion out of a lot of people, whether they like it or hate it. And again, I'm not trying to side with either side. I'm just reading off other people's opinion, and it seems that most of the time, all I'm seeing on DeviantArt and other places at times is this kind of stuff. So, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, response if you like, and I'll talk to you all later.